Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to GP Aviation. On 28th July 2010, exactly 13 years ago, Airblue Flight 202 was flying from Karachi to Islamabad, but it crashed. The accident caused 152 fatalities and it was considered as the worst air crash in the history of Pakistan. At 7 p.m. in the morning, the aircraft took off from Karachi Airport with 146 passengers and 6 crew members on board. The captain of the aircraft was Pervez Iqbal Chaudhary, who was a very experienced 62-year-old pilot, and the first officer was the 34-year-old Muntajib Ahmed, who was a former PAF pilot. Islamabad had poor weather conditions. It was raining a lot over there. Keep in mind that 2010 was also the year when Pakistan received a flood. After the aircraft took off, things were not going well between the two pilots. The captain started strictly quizzing the first officer regarding the plane, but his tone was very insulting towards the first officer. Now, look, many senior pilots quiz their juniors, but the captain's tone was extremely unkind as recorded in the black box. But the first officer didn't react and became quiet on the questions of the captain. As the plane reached Islamabad, it was preparing to land on the runway, but the pilots knew that the runway in use was runway 12. As the weather of Islamabad was unfriendly, the pilots were thinking that how should they land on this runway. As the captain was being more dominant, he took every decision by himself and the traumatized first officer didn't participate. The captain was ordered by the ATC that he has to make a circling approach on the airport due to extreme rainfall. The pilots couldn't see the runway. The captain turned on the nav mode on the aircraft, which meant that the plane would take measures itself and land with the autopilot. But this is where things started going wrong. The program which the captain had set on the aircraft wasn't supposed to be used on this flight. The aircraft started flying towards a no fly zone. Still, the first officer didn't interrupt the captain. Also, the captain wanted to cruise on 2000 feet above the ground, but it was against the rules and it was supposed to be at 2500 feet at least. And the aircraft started to run towards Mogala Hills instead of the airport. The ATC even alerted them that they were heading towards a wrong direction. The captain completely ignored the ATC. Still, they couldn't see the runway. But the pilot and the plane started gaining some altitude and it was now on 2300 feet. The captain started to turn the aircraft to the left, but at the moment the plane started alarming saying terrain ahead. The first officer knew what was happening. He asked the captain to make a left turn as they were approaching the hills. The captain's arrogant voice now turned into a concerned voice. He assured the first officer that we are going to the left, but that wasn't the truth. The captain had turned the left knob so much that it was all rounded, and now instead of going to the left, they were turning towards the right. The aircraft started to lose height. The captain asked the first officer in a worried tone that why isn't it going towards the left? Now the aircraft was seconds away from Margala Hills. The last words in the cockpit were of the first officer who said, "So we are going down." And after a few moments, the A321 crashed into the Mogala Hills. None of the 152 passengers on board survived. This was Pakistan's worst air crash. Thanks for watching, everyone. Please like, comment, subscribe. It's because of your support that this channel is also growing really fast. Goodbye till we meet again.